And this answer also goes to the question, how do you go from single families to the larger stuff? Well, the main challenge you're going to have is lack of credibility and experience. And that comes at you in multiple fronts. That comes at you from the investor front. People aren't going to invest with you if you don't have the credibility and the experience. The lender front, the lenders aren't going to lend to you if you don't have that track record or experience. And just the overall finding the deal. The brokers aren't going to help you find a deal, or won't be as motivated to help you find a deal if you don't have the track record and experience, because what do brokers want? Brokers want the fastest closing at the highest price in the most assured way. So they want a guaranteed close as quickly as possible. And guaranteed close quickly as possible, person who's never closed a deal and not sure if they have the money, let me think about that.
Pick.
Yeah, right, exactly. You go with someone else. So here's the solution to that, and that is aligning yourself with the people who do have that experience. And I'll give you some specific examples, because Whitney is asking, how do you get people interested if you do not have a deal yet, especially if you haven't done a syndication before? And then this gentleman at the meetup was basically asking the same thing. Well, you partner with people who do have the experience. So here's some specific ways to do that. One is you can partner with the property management company that you're working with, and they can then bring their own money in the deal. And that shows that, hey, I might not have the experience, but this management company that manages 1,000 or 10,000 units and has done this before in this market, they like the deal so much that they're actually putting their own money in it. Another thing you can do is have that property management company not only put their money in it, but bring their investors' money in it. That adds another level of alignment and credibility to the deal, so that when you're talking to your investors, you can say, their management company's doing it, plus they're bringing their investors, they like it so much. So that's one way, and we have done that. We did that starting out. We partnered with a management company on the first couple deals, and that allowed us to leverage their track record and also some of their investor base to then close on larger deals. We gave up equity, but so what? That's how you get started.
Exactly.
So that's one way. Another way is to have a consultant who has experience, and then have them as a board member on the deal, and that at least provides a somewhat level of comfort to the investors. Now, a savvy investor will say, yeah, he's a board member, but is he actually putting money in the deal, or he or she, whoever you bring on? And if they're not, then they're not. They're just another level of guidance, and you'll have to be transparent with them about that. And then the third way is, and this goes to the meetup guy and that story you were referencing, brokers. What I did on my very first syndication is that I had the brokers put in their commission into the deal to invest alongside with us. And that showed alignment of interest, and that allowed me, who had 4 single-family homes as my experience, to then talk to my investors and say, I know I've got those 4 single-family homes and that's it, but we've got the brokers who have 80 or so years experience combined. They're putting their commission into the deal. They like it so much, and they're investing alongside with us. So somewhere in this equation, you've got to have alignment of interest, and ideally in multiple points. And the story that you were referencing with the gentleman who attended the meetup, he said he had just lost out on a deal, but he was right there in the purchase price, but he lost out on it. And after I told him about the broker story, he's like, oh man, you know what? I said, what? He said, the broker who was representing the seller, he told me multiple times, man, I want to start doing what you're doing once I get some of these commissions, once I have some money. I really want to get involved in this stuff. And the guy I'm talking to was like, oh, if I would have just suggested, well, how about you partner with us? You bring, you put in some of your commission, not doesn't have to be all of it, some of your commission into the deal. I'll bring you in on the GP side if we get awarded this deal. Do you think that would have increased his chances of getting it?
Yeah.
Totally. 100%. Yeah, 100% would have increased his chances. And he probably would have gotten it. Hell, I don't know. He might not have, but it would have increased his chances. So those are ways to show your investors, the lenders, and brokers that you are bringing an experienced team to the table, even though you might not have that experience.